Hey everyone, and welcome to Market Watch. Today we're going to be talking about the 2021 Megatons, what has happened since they've been released, how are the prices looking, and what the future of these prices is looking like. Specifically, what makes these Megatons unique, because I think there's something coming that is about to change up these prices in the next week or two, but we'll see how that goes. So let's get into the Market Watch. Firstly, you can see that a case of Megatons right now will cost you about $315. Tins themselves have gone up to a market price of about $30 from an MSRP of $20, so tins themselves are actually up by about 50% already, which is kind of crazy, but considering the amount of value you can get out of the tins and out of a case, it's quite ridiculous. Let's see how many listings there are for the tins. Currently, 39 listings. Then, money card of the set, Undisputed, Crossout Designator. Its market price is down by about $15 in the last few days. Pre-sale was at $110, now at about $97, so down by about 14. Triple Tactics Talent, up to 45. It was sitting between 35 and 40 the last few days, and now it's gone up to 45. Nadir Servant up to 22. Zeus sitting stable around 20. Ice Dragon Prison now at 18. And it's kind of crazy to think that a single Triple Tactics Talent will pay for your tin, a Nadir will pay for most of your tin, Zeus around there. But then the rest of them kind of drop off after 12, then Ecclesia is around 13. Let's take a look at some of these individual prices, and then we're going to talk about the thing that I think is going to change up the pricing of the Megatons very, very soon. So, Triple Tactics Talent, let's start with that. Also, not that many listings, only 39 listings at the moment, and most of these people are selling 1 or 2, 3 copies. There are a couple, like Core TCG's got 23 copies, Ideal 808's got 20 copies, but most people are selling 1 to 3, so let's assume 40 listings, 3 each, that's 120 copies, plus 40 for the other two that are selling 20 each. That's 160 copies on TCG Player. It's not the most copies right now, it's 39 listings, and you are going to be looking to pay around $130 for a playset of Triple Tactics Talent, and the latest sales show that it's been selling for between $36 and $60 today alone. So this card is likely to go up a bit more as people get it. The listings are down. I don't know if there's been a buyout or not, but I don't think there are that many copies on the market right now, but that might change fairly soon. Talk about Nadir Servant, currently at $22.38. Its sales also have been around $22, $24, $32, $18. You know, most of these are fine, and they're not doing too badly. Most of them are between $20 and $30, but sitting comfortably around that $22 mark. It's got 51 listings out there. It's not the most either, because you can see there's really not that many copies from each seller either. Like, most of these sellers have 1 to 3, so again, 60 listings or 50 listings, assuming 3 per seller, which, well, there's one Ideal 808's got 17, but let's assume it's like 2, 3 per seller. That's 150 copies for everybody on TCG Player. It's still not a lot. Crossout Designator at $93, while market price is at $97. Listed median is at $113. Its sales have actually been around, $90 to $100 mostly today. So some of them, like the $90 ones, they actually selling English copies at that price now, because before this, mainly the Korean copies and stuff like that were selling for about $90, but for the last day or so, it's been sitting at, a Korean Prismatic Secret Rare Crossout sold for $20 and $15. I'm guessing those are OCG copies? Yeah, those are OCG copies, so they wouldn't be legal here. But that makes sense, because when I saw $20 and $15, I got really concerned. But mainly between $90 and $110. So, Designator, unlike Red Eyes Dark Dragoon from last year, it is a 3 of. You do want to place it of this if you're going to play it, or you want to play at least 2 with a Call by the Grave, but unlike Dragoon, it's not really splashable everywhere because you need targets in your deck. With Dragoon, you needed a 3-card engine in your deck, so Red Eyes Fusion, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes Black Dragon, and you needed a 2-card engine in your extra deck. With Designator, you need to draw the card, like hard draw it, and then you need to have targets to banish from your deck, so not always the most useful card. With Dragoon being made more playable by Verte, it did cut down the amount of deck space you need. Designated doesn't quite have that at the moment. Zeus sitting at around $20, just under 20. Most of the sales going at, between $15 and $20. It's not bad, and listings for Zeus, 58 listings, 1, 2, 3 copies. There's really not that many on the market as well, so what you can see from here is that there's really not that many copies of cards on the market right now. It's between 30, 40 listings. Dogmatica Ecclesia has got 65 listings. Designator's actually got the most listings of any card in the tins, and that's because people are trying to get rid of their Designators. They're trying to sell it, make their money back, all that kind of things. Anyone that's gotten their set of Designator or isn't planning on picking up a set now, sell it now, wait for the price to drop, and then come back. They're trying to sell it now. But now we get to the interesting thing, right? This is the thing that I'm most intrigued by in terms of pricing. The tins are coming out in waves, and for the US market and the North American market, that is what's happening. There are going to be waves of tins coming out, and you're going to get more supply soon, and then there'll be more copies on the market, and prices could come down, but people could also initiate buyouts of these cards, leading to the next wave coming. So they buy out a copy, they get their cards in the next wave, and they sell from there. I don't know if that's going to happen. It may happen. It will be easier to do with some cards than others, because there really aren't that many copies on the market. But yeah, I think there could be quite a few buyouts between now and the next wave coming. But the interesting thing is that it's only North American territories that are getting a next wave, right? The EU didn't release in waves, which means all the EU's tins were released in one go. So for me, I'm in an EU territory, we got all our tins, right? We're not expecting to get another wave in November and December unless our suppliers have ordered through North American, suppliers. So that's what's happening right now. So in EU territories, you're not going to get more supply unless you order from the North American market, but the North American market is going to get new supply really soon. People listing from the EU, they're not getting more copies, they're not getting more tins, so your quantities are going to stay kind of flat. But in the US, the quantities are going to spike. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the different sites between there, because some sites will be able to restock, some won't, depends on where they're getting their tins from. So what I think is, people that already have these cards are going to try and sell them before the next wave drops. So you might see price drops, but people that are expecting to get new tins in the next wave of tins might actually be initiating buyouts before that new wave drops, so that when they get their supply and they get the cards that they're going to sell, they can sell them for a higher price. So I think if there are going to be buyouts coming, it's going to be from the North American market, where people are getting more supply in and they want to sell it at higher prices. But for the EU, I don't see the buyouts really doing anything, because we've got an entire supply. So I think you will see prices rising in the EU because of our supply is done. We have all our quantities, and as those drop, as the available quantities drop, the prices will start to go up. But in the North American market, I think you could see a slump and then a spike in prices. But let me know what you think. Do you think it's going to be a spike? Do you think it's going to be a slump? Make sure to leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment telling me, what do you think is going to happen to the price of these cards? Do you think you should sell now? Do you think you should buy now? And make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Thanks everyone. See you next time.